If you want to learn how to paint this dreamy sky with loose florals, then grab your paintbrush, hit subscribe, and let's get straight into it. For supplies today, I have a 20 by 30 canvas, 2 kinds of palette knife, a flat spatula. You can also use a card if you want. I also have a long flat brush, a small filbert brush, and a very tiny filbert brush, and also a liner brush. I have a paper palette, and for colours I'll be using quinacridone magenta, light portrait pink, ultramarine blue, titanium white, and of course you'll need a makeup brush. This is a foundation blending brush, I believe, and I also have a jar of water. So starting off, I'm just going to completely wet my canvas using my long flat brush. I'm just very generously wetting the canvas. Be very generous with the amount of water because it does tend to dry up very quickly. And then starting off with my long flat brush, I'm grabbing some of my portrait pink and I'm just kind of going to be placing these. There is no rhythm or rhyme or reason into where I'm putting these. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just placing down color. So I want you to do the exact same thing, right? Have fun. It's painting. We're enjoying. We're here to unwind. We're not here to create something that is perfect and we need to think through everything. No, we want to let go and create. So grabbing my colors, and the only thing I'm thinking about is that with my brush, I'm grabbing the lightest to the darkest color. So I started with the light portrait pink, and then I used the quinacridone magenta, and now I'm using the ultramarine blue. Once I'm happy with the amount of color, I'm going to grab my titanium white, and I'm going to place this in all the in-betweens, all those little holes, all those little places, there's empty spaces. This is kind of our filler, and the titanium white is going to be the blending in-betweens for all our colors. So I want to place white everywhere and anywhere that I can see where there is no color, and this is going to help the blending process go so much smoother rather than if we didn't have the white and just blend the colors straight away together. Then grabbing my makeup brush, I'm keeping it dry and starting off where the white and the lightest color on my canvas is, which is the white and the light portrait pink and also some of the quinacridone magenta. I'm going to, with a light heavy hand, slowly and gently in circular motions, I'm going to start blending the colors together. Don't worry if this looks a little bit messy or if you can see some of the blue coming in and making the colors a bit muddy. Like I've said before in all of my previous videos, this is the first layer. Things are going to look a little bit rough and it's part of the process. So just learn to enjoy it and continue with it, and don't assume that the work isn't going to come out the way you want it. You can always add another layer on top. I'm now going over where the blue is as well. I'm kind of moving in a fluid motion. I just want to keep my brush moving because the canvas is wet, the paints are wet, and we definitely want to be blending all of this whilst the paint is wet. You don't want to try and blend the colors when they are almost or nearly dry. You're going to end up with a very harsh looking streaks and it won't look very soft and airbrushed. Then once I've done that, I'm going to not rinse my brush inside water. I'm only going to use a clean damp cloth and I'm going to dry it off. Then grabbing my long flat brush again, I'm going to go over with some white, and this is where I can see that colors maybe haven't blended so well together. So this is maybe between some pink and blue or some of the light portrait pink and blue as well. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to kind of melt the colours slightly together and make them a bit more lighter in their colour because the white is going to soften their appearance. I've let my canvas dry and I'm now going to go in for a second layer. So I'm using less water this time. I haven't sprayed my canvas. So I'm working very quickly and just putting paint wherever it was in the beginning. And don't worry about doing any kind of special shapes. It doesn't really matter because everything's going to be blended together. So all we're doing is just quickly trying to get colors to go down. The faster you get them down, the quicker you can blend and the smoother it's going to look. As soon as you've got all the colours down, grab your blending brush again, and without wetting it, letting it still be dry, you're going to start quickly blending the colours, again working from light to dark. So blend the light portrait pink and the white, and then pick up on the quinacridone magenta. And once you've blended those, then move on to the blue. This is to avoid the blue overriding the entire canvas and allowing some of those other colours to shine through as well in the final painting. This is my second layer, and I was really happy with the outcome and didn't feel the need to wait for it to dry and go for a third. So I'm going to let this completely dry before moving on to the next step. If you feel like your canvas still needs another layer, wait for it to completely dry and then repeat exactly the same step that we've just done, and then go ahead and continue on with the next step. Once the cloud layer has completely dried, I'm going to switch over to my small filbert brush, and I'm going to take a small amount of white paint, and I'm going to slowly just brush it into the canvas and move in these little swirling motions, almost kind of like you're going around and around in circles. And I'm just kind of placing this anywhere that I maybe want it to be highlighted a bit more, and I'm going to kind of create these wispy clouds. I'm only taking a small amount of paint because I want it to kind of blend into the colours that we have already that we painted down previously. So I'm only using a small amount, and then with my brush I'm only kind of dib-dabbing it, and then taking a dry brush I'm kind of rubbing out the bottom part. This is just so it kind of fades into the colours that are already there on the canvas as well. So I'm kind of repeating this step, and I'll be doing this a little bit with the white, some with the pink and some with the blue as well, just so that we get these different coloured clouds all around the canvas. To give the painting a more ethereal and a dreamy feeling, I'm taking my liner brush, dipping it in the white paint, and I'm going to be going around and painting all of these little stars. Sometimes I paint them a little bigger and sometimes I paint them a little smaller, and I also like to add a few shining stars, so I kind of make them a little bit bigger and add 4 little lines to them as well, and then maybe even some shooting stars. Kind of play around. It really depends how many stars you want on the painting. I personally love when there's so many stars. It just feels so magical in the end, and so you can kind of add as many or as little as you want as well. Now for the flowers, I'm going to be starting off with the lighter flowers, so some of the light portrait pink And I'm going to be going with my small filbert brush. This is the smallest one. I think this is a size 2 or 4. And I'm going to be going in and adding these very small petals. I like to have them be on their own, and sometimes I'll paint them in clusters of 2 or 3 petals really next to each other. So as you can see, I'm grabbing some of the quinacridone magenta and I'm going to be painting some that are closer together. And you kind of want to space these out. I'm not doing too many that are really near each other. I want them to kind of be as if they are up in the clouds. So I'm doing some at the very top and some towards the bottom as well. And I'll be doing this with all of the colours. So again, using the colours that are in the sky and then bringing those colours into our flowers as well by using the filbert brush and painting these little petals. I'm just dabbing my brush in the paint and then placing down my brush at an angle, pushing it down quickly and then lifting it up, so I get these really beautiful, simple and elegant petal shapes. Once you're happy with how many flowers you want, I personally didn't want a lot for this painting. I really wanted the clouds to be the part that stands out and really captures your eye. I'm going to grab the liner brush and I'm going to very slowly do these kind of squiggly stems. I don't want them to be straight or perfect. I kind of want the flowers to seem as if they are a little bit crooked and wobbly. I just think this adds to the magical and dreamy effect of the flowers because they're not perfect and they kind of move and float. And so I'm grabbing my brush, and where there is a blue cloud, I kind of want the stem to match the colour of the sky. So where it is pink, I'll have the stem be pink, and where it is blue, I'll have the stem be blue. And I kind of just go back and forth with this and add the colours as I'm going. If you can paint with a different colour if you want. I personally just wanted to match the stems to the background of the sky as well. And then continuing with my liner brush, I'm going to start adding some leaves. And these are very imperfect and wibbly wobbly leaves. I think this just makes it look so much more whimsical. I don't want the leaves to look like perfect and so neat. So I kind of make them fall down and flop. So I'm using my brush and then kind of dragging it downwards. So when I lift it up, the leaf looks as if they are drooping slightly. And I'm going to be adding these to all the flowers using the 3 colours that we have in our palette, and just kind of going forwards and backwards and kind of deciding how many leaves you want to add. I do like it when there is quite a lot, so I'm going to be filling up the stems with quite a bit of leaves because I love painting leaves. They're so therapeutic to me and they are so relaxing, and also I find the more you paint them the better you get. This is a great as well painting to just kind of practice your leaf painting, because they don't need to look perfect, but it's a great way to practice your technique for them as well. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, make sure to subscribe. I post new painting videos every single week. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.